cycles. Glad to have you join us on the news desk at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. My name is Tessie Omeri. Those were the headlines, now details. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory Muhammad Musa Bello has urged the new Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 7, Headquarters Abuja, Kayode Ogbetokun, to keep up the momentum in the fight against crime and criminality in the nation's capital. The minister said this when he received a delegation of senior police officers from the zone, led by the AIG, who paid him a courtesy visit. Onoze Yakubu has more.
The minister, who acknowledged the progress made in the fight against heinous crimes like kidnapping, especially in the rural areas of the FCT, called on the AIG.
Protected, and it's going to augur well for us as a nation. And also, as we relate with other countries, as you know, you have a lot of diplomatic missions here. You have come in with a very wide experience policing in Nigeria, and I wish you all the best.
AIG Kayode Egbetekun hinted that the purpose of his visit is to express his appreciation to the FCT minister for his commitment in ensuring security in the FCT, and for the support granted to Zone 7 and the FCT Police Command, especially for the operational vehicles given to the command in 2022.
I also want to assure you, sir, that those vehicles you gave us are being put into judicious use. They have seriously impacted on our operations within the FCT.
On the entourage of the AIG is the FCT Commissioner of Police, Idris Abubakar Sadiq, among other top officials. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Now to electoral matters. Ahead of the February 25th and March 11th general elections, INEC has established a National Situation Room and Collation Center, where the results of presidential elections will be collated. A statement by INEC National Commissioner for Information, Festus Okoye, notes that INEC has designated the International Conference Center in Abuja to serve as the venue for the collation of the presidential election results. The Collation Center will be headed by the chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, in exercising his constitutional responsibilities as the Chief Electoral Commissioner of the Federation and returning officer for the presidential elections. In addition, a few technical staff will assist him. The Situation Room shall be responsible for the preparation of the venue, setting arrangements, utilities and services, security, the accreditation of party agents, as well as the national and international observers and the media. The collection of PVCs takes effect at the ward levels from the 6th of January 2023, and all validly registered voters who are yet to collect their PVCs are encouraged to proceed to their wards. A statement signed by INEC National Commissioner for Information, Festus Okoye, notes that after the 15th of January 2023, the exercise will revert to the local government officers at the Commission until 22nd January 2023. All eligible and valid registrants can collect their PVCs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily, including Saturdays and Sundays. All those that applied for replacement of lost, damaged, or defaced PVCs can collect their PVCs at their wards during this period, and the same applies to those that registered prior to the during the registration. Still staying with electoral matters, the FCT INEC has commenced sorting of voter cards for collection at the ward level from 6th January 2023. Aisha Uba Ali has more.
The distribution exercise of the PVC has been nationwide, including the FCT. The announcement for collection at the ward level has caused so much influx of eligible voters to the Commission's office. Most of the respondents are of the opinion that INEC should adopt a better way of handling PVC issues. There were also allegations of extortion.
I think they should have been upgraded than this by now, and that's just the truth. because I don't know why getting PVC will be this too difficult.
My ward is Warimpa, and my polling unit is somewhere in Jai. So where do I go to now?
But thank God today I'm here. They have given us this information. So that ward will be better for me to go and collect my...
The Area 10 office has been busy. According to the Resident Electoral Commissioner, more than 2,000 cards are distributed daily to eligible voters. At one of the sorting points, there are indications that the Commission is ready to take the PVC to the wards for onward collection. Resident Electoral Commissioner Yahaya Bello clears the air on some allegations.
All these allegations are people who are come 1 o'clock, especially when they want to come and cause commotion and still. Please, I want to give you, my colleagues, this assignment. Find out how many people, since we started this exercise of PVC collection, how many people have lost their wallets in this place.
The INEC officials will end the distribution at the ward level on the 15th of January to be continued at the special center till 22nd January 2023. In Abuja, Aisha Uba Ali, NTA News.
Now to politics. In the series of campaign strategies to garner support for Tinubu, Shatima and all APC candidates in the FCT, the Candido Progressive Network Support Group held a lecture to educate the electorate on advantages of re-electing the ruling party at all levels. Ifoma Ojinta has more.
With the topics Emerging New Nigeria, Lagos and Borno States examples, and FCT women in politics, the speakers pointed out the development in Lagos, a foundation laid by the APC presidential candidate, and the importance of women in the decision-making process of a nation.
A lot of women deviate from what they want, and that's why the men relegate us to just dancing and clapping for them. When you say progress, you are saying power, you are saying purpose, you are saying mandate, and you are saying victory. APC!
The event, which had in attendance all APC candidates in the FCT, provided an opportunity for campaigns.
We are lucky to have candidates who have capacity, candidates who are also on ground, and we can see that our people are yearning for change. And the only thing we can do is to encourage the people so that we can have that change come to pass.
I will confess that this is the first of its kind in FCT for a support group to come out with support for the candidates and the party is one of its kind.
The Candido Progressive Network Support Group also matched words with action by making donations to support the campaigns of all FCT candidates in the forthcoming elections. Ifoma Ojinta, NTA News.
Watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja, still to come. Minutes of dispatch riding in the FCT in focus as rider crashes into moving vehicle. These and more after this break. Do stay.
Whichever way it turns out, either to consolidate on the existing mandate or institute a new dispensation.
Located within the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMA, how much do people know about ADR? Are charting a path to having more youth participate in governance, in addition to building young entrepreneurs.
Residents of the Federal Capital Territory are calling on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, look into the situation.
You have to strike a balance to have a future that you don't have to regret.
Like experts say, what kills really is fear.
In Abuja, Onoziaku,
NTA News.
Thank you for staying tuned. Director Resettlement and Compensation FCDA Perpetua Ohama says the new policy of integrating the indigenous people of the FCT will be an enduring policy of the present administration. Ohama stated this during a brief ceremony in her honor as she bows out of service.
It was a valedictory session for the Director Resettlement and Compensation FCDA Perpetua Ohama, who is retiring after 35 years of service. Directors, staff of the department, family members and associates described the outgoing director as a leader with a passion that has helped the FCT administration address some of the issues of resettlement and compensation in the FCT.
You can summarize achievements as impactful. It's been a lot of value addition, very knowledgeable, conscientious, hardworking, and somebody that has the humane qualities that you will expect in a leader.
She's one of the most versatile professionals in the allied profession because she's worked across all the departments, both in FCD and FCT. She was in development control, she was in ALA, she was in public buildings, she was in FMM.
And I believe that leaving this office today is a stepping stone for her. She's going to attain higher and higher and higher because she still has the energy. She has the energy for work.
The outgoing director, Perpetual Hammer, expressed his satisfaction for service to humanity and country.
I was able to do my little bit to make the indigenous people know that they have a voice, for which they have termed me Mama Gwari, and I know they have told me they will celebrate me at their own time. I felt I did my best to make sure that at every given point, they were given a voice. They were heard through me. And for this reason, we have been able to make government understand their problems, their issues, and that is why you see we are now moving away from relocating them to integrating them. And that's a great stride, and they are all very happy about it. And as I leave, I know that those I'm leaving behind have the same passion, and they will continue in the same way, so that these people can also feel that they have not been punished by bringing the federal capital city here. If anything, they're part of the blessing that we have met.
Can we do O? Let's do V. Can we add E?
Speakers took turns to wish the retired director the best life has to offer after service. In Abuja, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
The FCT task team on city sanitation has crushed another set of confiscated motorcycles plying restricted roads in the territory. Members of the team reiterate their unrelenting resolve to enforce the law that prohibits movement of commercial motorcycles within the city center. Asibe Williams reports.
It was one outing in the series of commitments to rid the federal capital city of the menace of commercial motorcycles, with the task team vowing to effectively deliver on its mandate. Area 1 roundabout played host to the crushing exercise monitored by the task team.
A breach of the transportation master plan of the FCT. Minister gave a marching order that all of these illegalities, that's why you could see that the Army, the Navy, the Air Force all joined the DRTS director and myself to actually clear the city of the menace of a commercial motorcycle. We've packed so much of them. We are crushing them today and we'll keep crushing them.
As we all know, the menace of motorcyclists in Abuja, they assist kidnappers, assist bandits. So we are determined to assist other security agencies, particularly the Directorate of Road Traffic Services, to ensure that the federal capital city is rid of the menace of motorcyclists.
The minister have warned and directed severally that the Okada riders should be off the city because of the security implication of their operations.
We can confidently say that statistics available to us have revealed that there's a drastic reduction in road traffic crashes as it relates to the use of I want to commend the effort of government for being consistent as far as this enforcement is concerned.
From the number of enforcement we have carried out, we have substantially reduced the number of commercial Okada riders in the federal capital city. But it seems that the effort will still have to, be on. We are going to do our spreading so that we don't have to move all together. So from any command, anywhere that motorcycles are seen flying in the wrong routes, they will have to be impounded.
The law enforcers promised to comb other locations within its area of coverage to arrest recalcitrant motorcycle operators. In Abuja, Asibe Williams, NTA News.
Now, undoubtedly, food is an important component of any celebration. Nutritionists, however, say too much food, sweets and drinks do more damage to the body than the pleasure gained from them. Aisha Bashir interacts with experts on food and the body system.
Several studies report that during festive seasons, there is a rise in the number of deaths and emergency hospitalizations. Circulatory problems, respiratory diseases, endocrine and nutritional or metabolic problems and digestive diseases were the most common causes of death.
Lots of people eat so much that, they have some strange things that will start occurring in their system.
People like us, we don't get that, like we don't have that time. I mean, nothing will happen to us. We are not like the other people, like maybe if they too much, if they eat this too much, something.
A nutritionist, Maimuna Bashir, states that fruits and vegetables must be part of one's food to ensure a balanced diet.
Increase your physical activity. Reduce the intake of junk foods. Junk foods are foods that are high in energy, they are high in salt, and they are also high in sugar. And then reduce sugar-sweetened beverages. This is our major concern worldwide. And this type of drinks usually can result to even diabetes.
Type of oil is very important, so people can look at the amount of trans fat and all those components, unsaturated fatty acids in the oil. Yes, it's about moderation too. If you eat a basket of fried chicken and you eat a plate of fried chicken, the impact on the health of the person will be different, because quantity is also important in addition to quality. So we want people to consume with moderation.
Most of the popular food items this season are usually prepared with oils, but health experts note that large consumption of fried foods is harmful to health. Aisha Bashir, NTA News.
Many thanks, Aisha. The keyword there is moderation. Incessant occurrence of road crashes involving dispatch riders have become a cause of concern to road users in the FCT and even beyond. Odiri Arutiri reports on one of such accidents.
So many people have lost their lives, property and sustained severe injuries occasioned by road accidents.
I've seen the traffic light that show me. The rider bike is just all the way from nowhere. There's one tipper that is coming like this. The tipper carry sand. Just come. Boo!
Recently, accidents involving dispatch riders seem to be on the rise. This is due to what many say is the reckless attitude exhibited by courier service providers, who are always in a hurry to deliver their goods.
From the information that we've gathered from the scene of the crash, the bike rider or the dispatch rider beat the traffic light and ran into the vehicle. The two of them have been rushed to the National Hospital. The driver of the vehicle had been treated and discharged, while the rider that had a fracture is still being detained at the hospital. That is the situation at the moment.
FCT Sector Commander FROSC Samuel Oga Ochi expressed sadness at the development.
Dispatch riders, their role or their duty is to ensure safe delivery of items, but unfortunately we notice that many of them are very disobedient to traffic regulations. They beat traffic at will. They ride on expressway without recourse to other road users that are using the road, and of course they have also been responsible for a lot of crashes in the FCT.
Meanwhile, people are of the opinion that the dispatch service providers should discontinue the use of motorcycles and revert to cars. In Abuja, Odiri Arutere, NTA News.
I now hand you over to our business desk for business news.
Hello and many thanks for joining us on the business news. I am Aisha Uba Ali. President Muhammadu Buhari has signed into law the Appropriation Bill 2023, totaling 21.83 trillion. Buhari signed the bill at the council chambers of the State House in Abuja. This development came 6 days after the National Assembly passed the bill. The budgets represent an increase of 1.32 trillion from the 20.51 trillion budget proposal of President Muhammadu Buhari. A breakdown of the budget indicates an allocation of 967.5 billion for statutory transfers, 6.6 trillion for debt servicing, 8.3 trillion for recurrent expenditure, and 5.9 trillion for capital expenditure. The 2023 appropriation bill was deferred 2 weeks ago over what the Senate President described as problems discovered in it. The 9th National Assembly had passed its final appropriation bill, hopeful of maintaining the January to December budget cycle. Meanwhile, Nigeria's public debt burden may hit 77 trillion if the National Assembly approves the request by President Muhammadu Buhari to restructure the Ways and Means Advances. The Ways and Means Advances is a loan facility through which the Central Bank of Nigeria finances the shortfalls in the government's budget. This is as the federal government spent 5.24 trillion servicing debt in 2022. The Director General of the Debt Management Office, Patience Oniha, disclosed this on Wednesday during the public presentation of the 2023 budget organized by the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Dr. Zainab Ahmed. She noted that the debt would be 70 trillion without 5 trillion new borrowing and 2 trillion promissory notes. Oniha said there are a lot of discussions on the ways and means, and that once it is passed by the National Assembly, it means the figure included in the public debt will significantly increase in public debt to 77 trillion. The federal government has released 13.89 billion naira for the payment of pensions of its workers who retired in 2022. The accrued pension presents an employee's benefits for the past years of service up to June 2004, when the contributory pension scheme came into effect. Accordingly, PENCOM is processing remittances into the various retirement savings accounts of the affected retirees, and their pension fund administrator will notify them in due course. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is prospecting for crude oil in more locations across the north. After discovering the commodity in Bauchi and Gombe State, NNPC stated that it was currently taking coordinated steps for more frontier explorations in the region as part of measures to shore up the country's oil output and reserves. The company said this in a document seen by the cable on the Frontier Exploration Service activities of the NNPC from 2020 to 2022. The document outlined some prospective states where oil was expected to be discovered by the NNPC to include Niger, Nasarawa, Sokoto, Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, Bauchi, and Gombe. Beyond the north, the Anambra Basin was listed as another area where the NNPC was striving to find more oil. Prospecting is the first stage in discovering oil and gas field, under which systemic surveys are carried. That's the much we can take on business news. The news continues.
And on sports, Nigeria Professional Football League Club receives financial boost ahead of the abridged league commencement as Nigeria Rugby back on track. Details with Gideon Johanna on Sports Brief.
Interim Management Committee of the Nigeria Professional Football League (IMC) presents 200 million naira take-off grants to all participating NPFL clubs for the 2022-2023 season, Thursday in Abuja, as the league commenced this weekend across the country. This came through one of its sponsors to help cushion financial burden playing in the competition. The chairman, IMC, Benga Elegbeleye, say each of the 20 teams to get 10 million naira each. Meanwhile, following the lifted ban placed on Nigeria Rugby Football Federation last year over lingering internal crisis by International Rugby Board, the federation has hinted on a possible partnership with a giant telecommunication company and broadcasting firm. A huge plus it is, President Dr. Ademola Are disclosed. Our partners have been working working hard behind doors, getting things set, and sooner than later, our activities will be unveiled to the teeming populace. Elsewhere, Manchester City are defending champions of the English Premier League close gap with table toppers following a 1-0 win at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea last night. After playing a goalless first half, Algerian Riyad Mahrez got the winning goal for the citizens at 63rd minute. They are now 5 points behind Arsenal FC, the league leaders. With Sports Brief, Gideon Yohana, NTA News.
And before we go, a quick look at some of the headlines. We told you that FCT Minister has tasked AIG Zone 7 on building on the gains in the fight against insecurity. And more of confiscated motorcycles have been crushed by the tax team on city sanitation. And that's the news at 1. We thank you for your time. More reports at 7. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.